Couldn't help myself. I can't wait to hear that back. Fist bumps, he's all. Good to see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Had to get in the mood. It's a Thursday, and guys, I've been back out. I've been dragged back into the real world for a few hours today. It was crazy. It was crazy, guys, I tell you. But anyway, we're back. We're back. Into the blockchain we go, guys. We're here Thursday. You know what time it is. You know what we get up to. And good to see you all live and loud here with us this afternoon. And yeah, thoroughly looking to get stuck into it. I am a little bit behind the 8 ball with just the usual schedule for the week and everything. And it's a kind of nice thing. It's a kind of terrible thing all at once. Celtic Aberdeen didn't happen last night, which meant I didn't have any like kind of Celtic stuff to do today for the first time in what feels like forever at this point. And just kind of freed up a bit of time, so I ended up, dragged into the real world, and I got a boo-boo. I got a really big cut on my hand. Poor me. Feel bad for me. Tough life, eh? It's one of those ones. But yeah, so I am needing to get back up to pace for the weekend. Obviously, Celtic not playing. The bad part about that is we are relegated everywhere. The little streak I had going, I was on number 2. I'm sure I was going after. Is busted, which, you know, in itself isn't a bad thing, but you kind of want to be on number 3 come the weekend, not number 1. So we're getting relegated everywhere. We've got no streaks anywhere. And we had Road to Glory go out yesterday with the members. It'll be live for everyone else on the channel at 6 o'clock. So probably just about the time we kind of wrap this one up. There's a bunch of you live and loud. I'm going to catch up with the chat in a second. Good to see you all here. But if we can put our Sorare heads on, for me personally anyway, oh guys, did I get off the hook big time with the January transfer window. With N'Golo Kante actually sealing his move to Fenerbahce in the end, which is boss. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope he's just an AA magnet. Winning balls, double-doubles, triple-triples. We're not planning on decisives. We just want him to tackle and intercept and pass his wee face off. And I'm really looking forward to that. And do you know, it was actually quite funny because earlier today, just before I was kind of coming on, obviously John Duran has actually also moved to Zenit today, which was kind of wild and cool all in its own kind of sense. And we might have the Ox joining Celtic, which is just absolutely mad. So if he gets pictured, this card will be very worthwhile to me because I'll be able to open it and he'll be in a Celtic shirt because it's still in early access, which is awesome. So, and if he got shirt number 16, which I don't even know if it's available, but if he did, wouldn't that be something? So yeah, kind of maybe not off the hook with the Oxlade Chamberlain once I bought that on the back of the rumour kind of firming up. But the N'Golo Kante one, because otherwise he's staying in Saudi Arabia, a pretty useless card, you know, for the most part. So really glad to get off the hook with that. And as we come into the weekend, Fenerbahce is one of my big focuses because we don't have. I don't want to. I don't know. You've all seen. Well, it's been out on the channel anyway. I didn't pack a 3-star player today. And I couldn't really tell on my phone what my essence balance was. I bought 2 packs and I was like, maybe not. But guys, the gems did very well to me. And you know, there was a great comment. I forget who made it, but you'll see it. I pinned it. Otherwise, I'd give them credit. But fist bump and silver looks to be the most economic by the mathematics on it. And honestly, like I did really nice out the big packs, obviously with Rafinha and Anthony, I think it was. But Mbappe came out the silver pack for me. You know, so. There's something to be said for that. Silver pack was quite good to me. Not all of them, because I think I got volume wise, I got more silvers than golds, obviously. And Mbappe, no, I think there was another card or two that was definitely like in the mix here somewhere, maybe like Sergio Gomez. I'm still kind of lacking on the goalkeeper front, sadly, and midfield. Midfield in La Liga is quite tricky. But yeah, goalkeeper I've not really. Oh, if Gazaniga's going to play. Oh yeah, of course, Ter Stegen's out. Oh, cool. Not cool, but you know what I mean. We all do that, I think, don't we? Okay, this is kind of half fun. Yeah, Vitor Reis, and then do I have 2 Llorentes, or is he maybe usable again? Yeah, I think Llorente is kind of my guy, isn't he? But playing Betis isn't super good. Enzo Lafi's kind of usable. Rafinha injured. Anthony's against Llorente. Rashford could be all right. Playing Mallorca, Pedro against Wolves. Aye. So anyway, the sets has been kind of fun. I just thought I'd kind of click through this and at least make sure stuff's set. I'm going away from the whole day thing. I think my roster is too restricted right now, where the number 1 objective for me is hitting them. It's not. I don't care when it happens. You know, I'll stretch it out Friday to Monday if I need to, or Wednesday to Tuesday, whatever it takes. So, would you captain here? Pedro against Wolves is kind of tempting. You're just kind of praying Anthony gets himself out of jail with something. But yeah, Mbappe, Rafinha's injured. That's the kind of bummer here because I've had Rafinha as well. That'd be awesome. But Sociedad playing Elche should be quite fun at the weekend as well. Sociedad went through in the cup last night, 3-2, and Pellegrino Matarazzo, by the way, has been a revelation for them. But look at this. Oh, well, D2, Magic Mike and Braga have stopped me getting relegated there, which is awesome. Thanks, guys. But yeah, 2 D2s coming here and a D3 happening over here, so that sucks. Yeah, if you got anyone to play, you were safe because of the amount of like Celtic attrition that just happened here. Full Celtic teams in the bin. Acevedo and Jardim might save this D1. Ideguchi. Oh, if we got super lucky, Ideguchi could fire us into D1 here, which would just be something in itself. And Kunku, you guys were saying he missed hundreds of BCMs. Oh, 3. Wow. Scored a penalty and had 3 big chances missed in the match. Christo and Kunku might, I know that's not back, isn't it? But he might be back if he can, you know, keep that output up. You know, I'd expect him to convert at some point. Main things I've got to look at, I'm not going to look at anything that's on Road to Glory and all that stuff, but I wanted, just as we get warmed up and we get comfy, good to see you all here. I'm on NBA Streak 3, Rico, man. That is a hustle, by the way. And I guess, is that the common mode, just to get the market credits and the essence and stuff? What's the angle? Mikey B popped into charity shops in town today and asked them if they had any players handed in to contact Celtic, as they're probably interested. Touche, Mikey boy, touche. I seen your comment about the sell buys from the supermarket being in hospitality. Would not rule it out, by the way. Red or Dead, good to see you. Putting Classic Limiteds for sale, and they are selling. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, I listened to most of the Harry and Laird kind of stream this week, and I wasn't really too. I listened to it all right, but I wasn't too sure in particular what the catalyst is. Like, why is there that feeling of things are back all of a sudden? Like, maybe I've been a wee bit at a distance for the last, like, let's say month or so. Not a distance, you know, but like, things are going well for me, but I'm not always in unity. You know, I don't always listen to content and agree with everything everyone else says. It's normally like, I think, oh, this is kind of going well, but that's rubbish. And sometimes you hear people think the opposite, which is just life, isn't it, and stuff. But so yeah, I was just, you know, maybe that kind of thing. Red or Dead, maybe is it a bit of market liquidity, and I think there's maybe a bit of that from Sorare managing their. And I'm not saying that they didn't talk about it. I just might have missed it, because you know it's like when you get headphones on, you're listening to something. Momentarily distractions and lapses in concentration and whatever, you know. Just picked up myself an Osman, Liam. I seen that as well, by the way. That's a great shout, because as we're mentioning there, I've already did this. I think I did this last night on my way to my kip. I'll just delete a little bit of it and we'll maybe go backwards, because we can see teams that have been relegated and all the rest of it now. But yeah, I actually fancy Ajal Begovic to play up front for me, it looks like. And Skriniar is dodgy, so we'll maybe have a wee turnaround of that. But yeah, if we're dropping Skriniar, we need we could play anyone. I was just going to play this as a five man in season, but Lagerbielke, by the way, might be sneaky at home to Rio Ave. Big XP on him as well. Kratzig, but feels really fun. I kind of felt that when I built the second team. It's like, oh, at home to Austria, Vienna, if they're going to be favoured and stuff, and he is going to play left back, he does take sets and stuff, like you see here with the goal. Like, good defending, 5 tackles, that's wild. Triple, brilliant. But look at the passing. 18 balls out of his 43 in the final third. 2 attempted assists, I'd like maybe a wee bit more of that, but 3 balls into the box. Yeah, maybe he's not quite setty. I thought he was when I seen that Hundo especially return. But in any case, it stands up. I think Kratzig's a really good shout. I don't care about playing 5 in seasons if it's my best team. You know, it's something I maybe got hung up on a week or two ago, and I've tried to just distance myself from again. I really like Semedo as a top defender shout for this game week as well. Because the thing about Semedo at right back, like from when I've watched Fenerbahce, certainly, and I'm definitely going to make a point of watching them on Monday this week, because I think they'll look quite different with some of the additions that are coming in, even if Kante doesn't start in 1 or 2. But in the series gone, John Duran is gone. And you know, that was the funny thing I kind of caught on Twitter. I'll just see if it comes on my timeline on here. I'm not sure if I'll find it on my phone. But they were moaning at like the way that they were saying about Tedesco. Let me put Tedesco, Kerem, and what was the other old man? Burak Okan, wasn't it? Let me see if that just comes up in a result. But it was like, No, it was like somebody retweeting. It's like a journalist type guy retweeting like Durant is in it or something. Yeah, it was like one of these accounts. It wasn't this because that's like it's not that type of thing. It might have been like this one. I don't think it was this one, but it might say the same thing. Translate. No, I don't think that's what we're after. This guy's just spamming words, isn't he? But anyway, they were saying like, "Oh, this is terrible how Tedesco's being treated, and these other managers wouldn't stand for it. How can Fenerbahce not have a striker?" I think the Kerem one is kind of thrown it off, really. So they did mention Kerem in it, or Arkatoglou as Kerem. Yeah, this might have the same sort of sentiment to it. Talisca. Tedesco is German, translated into some language apparently, but Tedesco, Talisca, you're playing in a striker this match, Talisca. I don't even get this anymore. Turkey's mental. But it was, yeah, maybe like this type of post, it was something like that. Yeah, this is exactly the one I read. Since Tedesco agreed with Etihad in the Serie, who was going to be out of the squad, suddenly became a problem, so they hurried him out. That guy is desperate for a centre forward. If you don't sign one, of course, he's going to use Kerem or Talisca. He doesn't have 10 other options. Okan and Dursun would never do what this management did. So it was some sort of thing like that where they were comparing him to other managers. I thought, oh, that's interesting. How they're like complaining about, oh, I can't believe you've let Duran and in the Serie leave and not replace him, but they've signed Kante and Sheriff, Siddiqui Sheriff and somebody else, I think, in the end as well, didn't they? So anyway, it'll be interesting to see how they look because they look totally different now. But Semedo is like up the line, you know, and as a fullback, he's not a guy. I'd be surprised if there's a big possession lost here. 12, I'd say that's on the low side for a fullback. 16 into the kind of average again, isn't it? But again, yeah, 11. A guy that when I've watched him doesn't give the ball away much, you know, even from a fullback, yeah, 10. He's not swinging aimless balls into the box. He likes coming in and like playing in with the midfield a bit. So he can get some good 8-8, and because he's a fullback, the random decisive can be with him. Maybe not enough of them. He's kind of been in and out with injury, but I like him as a shout. I spent a bit of time on that. Apologies, guys. Oh, we have Miguel Gutierrez playing Genoa. Oh, no, doesn't that sound like a bit of me, by the way? What did the Italian papers say about the Napoli team? I love a bit of Miguel Gutierrez. Now, he's not really been playing for Napoli, but as you've seen there from his yes, he's on. Now, he has been kind of in the team recently. He's kind of struggled with injury since moving to Italy. But for me, this guy's one of the best left-backs in Europe when he's fit and available. Like, and I won't hear any different. The guy's brilliant. Like, he's just top shelf. Back at Girona, he was quality. In a really bad team. And in a good team, I really want to play him now. I really want to play him because I just think he's so decisive. And in a Napoli team, what does Serie A look like right now? What does Napoli's form look like is what I'm thinking about. Because I know there's a bit of pressure from Conte recently. Yeah, they've lost a bit of ground, haven't they? And yeah, they lost 3-0 to Juve. Yeah, it might have been in the aftermath of that game. I seen them catching strays. Beat Fiorentina, they're bottom of the table. Sassuolo, no big deal. Drawn by Parma and Inter. That's, yeah, big points lost. Big points lost against them. 2 Parma are quite low, aren't they? Yeah, 2 above the bottom. So, 2 above the relegation zone, I should say, sorry. Only conceded 21 this year, which is actually quite good, but by Serie A standards, not good. So, yeah, maybe not a Team 1 pick. I'm still quite tempted on the Kratzig, but I might just go with Lagerby, okay? Braga at home is just like super, like meta, isn't it? Let's see, where are Rio Ave? What do they look like right now? Oh, 13th. Scored 22 and 20. Wow, not scored in the last 3. Not scored 4 out of 5. Away from home, Rio Ave, where are they? There they are. They've scored 12 and 10. Oh, sugar, didn't mean that. They drew in the 2-2 draw there, we just seen. They also won a game, so they scored there. Okay, not as bad as at home, I guess, but all the same. And if we look at Braga at home, Braga at home. Conceded 7 and 9. That's what you want to see. 5-0. 2-2 with Benfica. 1-0 Santa Clara. 2-1 Morenese. That's the risk a wee bit. 4-0 Casapia. Yeah, so they're good for like a big clean sheet home victory. Let's go with Lagers. Sticking with Asensio captain, but I'm really tempted by Ajal Begovic because he's been like, I know it's 2 decisive 90 here, but it's, you know, 1 decisive 75 is kind of the way I think about it. If you can get double decisive and whatever. This is Basel, wasn't it? And then Aston Villa. So very good opponents since they're coming out their winter break. And I guess that's why they're figured to do quite well against Austria Vienna. I like Talisca a lot as well, obviously. The captain choice is quite tough, isn't it? I think it's a good team one I've got. Because again, Talisca can just, especially he's up front, just playing his game, you know what I mean? Teams just feeding him. Asensio being one of them. Nah, I'll keep it the way it is. But we've got Friday, Monday, Sunday. So we've almost got a full weekend in this team if we swap somebody out. I'm not going to do that. We've got McTominay sitting there as well. Could have been my Saturday guy. Quinny, you snapped up any J-League teams? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Frankie, good to see you. Loads of Turkish reports saying Fener want Broby. Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it. But Broby, his career's been so like stop-start and never really taken off. Like being at the Prem is everything to these guys. You know what I mean? So don't see him in I don't see him in a rush to leave. Playing without the bonuses, are you trolling? Well, again, it's all about the best five, man. Good observation, but Fairman's QQ. I love to see that in the chat, mate. Thank you very much. It's all about the best five, man. You know what I mean? Like, an extra 6%. Like, who am I... Maybe the defender could play a part in it, but I would... Wow, yeah. Look at how high I am over the cap. In multi-club, I'm maybe changing the keeper to do that, which would be Trubin. Yeah, Trubin, or I could maybe go to Schlager. But nah, I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, I'm not too bothered about that. Nice thought, but nah, best team all day. Fairman's. Let's see, if I was between a few guys, I would definitely weigh it up. But nah, I don't think I can build the the best team with that in mind, you know. And then we've got Bomb Squad going into D2. Punchers is staying in D2. Let's go with Punchers to be the next best team because it just feels a bit more like, yeah, let's go Trubin in this one. And then we need a whole in-season outfield, which is fine. Ooh, yeah, Kratzig is kind of who I went with last time, and I think I know why. That just feels quite punchy. And then, Sudakov, Lincoln. Lincoln came in good for me at the weekend, by the way. Got a wee last minute assist there, a wee cheeky 74. Fun wee card. Guilherme's been playing, but yeah, Porto Sporting, that's kind of, yeah, what do you think about this lad? I ended up building him in a team. Justin Janssen, the little guy I won that plays for Nordisland. Be interesting to follow him, see how he does. But I see the requests coming in, guys. I'll charge through them in a wee moment. I just want to kind of get ahead of things. And some of this stuff kind of lays the foundation for some of the chat we'll have later anyway. So it's all fun and games for us all. Yeah, it looks like he's on to play here. First game of the spring season, not much change in the lineup. Justin Janssen started over Brink in the last real test and gets the edge here. Nice. Nice. That's a nice team. Solbakken. Yeah, so I might use that guy. Are they going to... Who are they playing? Oh, that team's fourth. I think they're quite heavily favoured to win, aren't they? 53% at home, and it's Nordisland. We know they're kind of active, but yeah, Sudakov first. And then John Duran's not there anymore, so that really opens up. I wonder what the experts have the Fenerbahce team to look like. And I can add my 2 cents in from there. Yeah, interesting. Because has Nene been playing? I know he's had a few good games recently, but has he been on the pitch at the same time as Arkatoğlu? So he's come off the bench here. Asensio's been on the right, Musaba on the left. And then both of them have come on together for Musaba and Enesiri. Interesting. And then Talisca's maybe went up front, they've went left and right. Yeah, okay, that's probably what's happened. And the time before that where he scored, let's have a peek at that again. Because they've tried playing him on the right, and I don't think they were too happy with him. Yeah, but I think Musaba would have been playing right. I don't know, maybe it is working. So, got a bit of a dilemma. So I've got like 3 forwards here. I've got Musaba, I've got Arkatoglu, I've got Nene. Who are going to be the 2 that play? Kerem and Nene. It's so weird how they've bought this Musaba and now he's kind of out the picture in a weird way. That makes sense. And I like both of them anyway. That's a good kind of gung-ho from me as well. It will be a little bit over the cap, but I think we'll have multi-club, so we can be happy about that, can't we? Kerem, and then where's Nene? Boom. Yeah, 262. I don't think I can really... Maybe the defend... Is our... Who was the other one? Yeah, Semedo's 2 more. If Semedo was 2 less, but I would throw multi-club out the window, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm not mixing it. Who do we want to make captain? I think I'm going Kerem. Needs to come good at some point for me. Hey Quinny, hope you're doing well, brother. Could you help me and look at my strategy, of course? I struggle building the right lineup. I have the cards, but I never get the team right. Sorare, name. Perfect, man. I'll add you onto the list. I'll kind of begin to rattle through them in a wee minute. I just want to set these rares up at the very least. It says I'm on streak 2 here, but we know we're going to be back to 1. This is going into D3, so I might actually look at limited before building that, actually. I know I've got a team to build in advance, but yeah, like I've got a D1 here. 900 at the top, etc, etc. What does rare D2 look like? The promotion to D1 is the thing. But yeah, I really should put like a better... Should I put this? Nah. I'll keep those teams in rare. But I think I'll actually build this team as a limited. Schlager or Ederson? I'm going to go Ederson. It just feels a bit safer. Semedo. Needs to be an in-season mid. And yeah, I think that's why I called upon this Justin Janssen. But I actually don't mind. I don't think it's too risky. If Kjærgaard is going to play, oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. Let's have a look at Austria. How does Salzburg line up for this one? Not really seen much of Kjærgaard. He's got 1 appearance off the bench there with those Europa League minutes that came around. Vertessen is out. Karate's back in training. Oh, out of option next to Bidstrup. Kjærgaard will have to show his skill. Don't know if that means he's going to have a good game or not. And he's not even nailed. I like the Janssen prospect because this guy's got 8 and decisives in his little... Like, a lot of this is off the bench if you look at it closely. I know the chat's in the way, sorry, but this guy when he starts is a bit of everything so far, so I'm probably taking him. It is limited. I'm not going to get relegated with a team like this. And then, yeah, maybe going Baidu. Baidu is playing, that's fine. And so Porto's playing Sporting. I don't really want to touch that too much, but because Sporting are good defensively. Porto are at home, but so I suppose I don't mind. Huge game, best 11 expected. And this is best 11 then. They can link up together, so I kind of like the thought of Borja and Samu, but as you can see with Samu, he's been kind of mincemeat, hasn't he? Since I got him. I suppose he's not, but let's not let since I owned him taint my decision here. Tempted by Jamie Lawrence in a weird way, but nah, let's go with these guys. And I'm probably captaining. I'm going to captain the wee boy Janssen. He feels like one of those wee guys that I randomly win and then goes on a mad run, you know. So he's been anointed in that way. But yeah, we'll build that limited team there. And we still need this to be a decent team. We've got Schlager. I'll maybe go Jamie Lawrence in this, by the way. Bednarik could be alright. Let's go Davis and Sanchez. I think that's kind of safe. D2 play, and then we can maybe play something. Oh, we can maybe play like Kjærgaard McTominay. Or let's just play McTominay in here anyway. I'm not going to worry about him for champ. Baidu up front, and then extra man Kjærgaard. I could play the Lincoln in here. I don't know if he's going to do anything, so I think, you know, Benfica are kind of decent for a clean sheet. Froholt, tough game. Musaba's probably off the bench, as is Yasser Asprilla, who I also got in the January window. That one worked out kind of nice as well in a weird way. Not nice, but acceptable, I suppose. Let's go double centre back with this. Captain McSauce. I need a Taft to go with Lawrence. Yeah, maybe. I've just got an Elijah Just. So it's kind of... And then I run out of keepers for this team that goes into D3. Now, I don't really mind that, to be honest. I'll leave that to probably just happen. Because that D1 in Limited needs to be good. But yeah, I don't want to play this team in D1 Limited. I'm maybe half tempted by this team, to be honest. The Punchers team. It is more competitive. What's the head count in Limited D1? Do we know? Yeah, 1400. Rare D2 at the moment. 500. Yeah. No, I'm happy with the way we've done it. Awesome Possum. Midweek, absolute car crash, as you know. That's other stuff. Sorry, never mind. Duran goes to Zenit. I think it's going to... I've got an in-season, so I don't know what to do with that. I might sell it. Oh, no, actually, whoa. Oh, by the way... the Road to Glory stuff. Oh, by the way, that could be super OP. Like that could be quality for me. Do you know, I heard, and this is kind of political, right? It gets political, and I'm going to stay away from that dimension of it all, right? But I heard Infantino saying that they're talking to Putin to get Russia back in, or Putin's talking to them or something. And I was happy to hear that. I'm sorry, football-wise, I'd happily... I miss the Russians, man. I miss them. I miss the Russians, the teams, you know, Moscow's and Zenits and all that. And let's be frank, if Tel Aviv and all these other people are playing, like, well, anyway, how do I get into it in any sense? But Russians, you know, they might be coming back to UEFA comps. Let's see. And Barco, it's back on my mind again. I've not owned a Barco in so long. And do you know what I was thinking the other day? Or I remembered the other day? Is I've got 2 shirts hanging up in there with his bloody name on the back. Oh, 45 quid. That is nice, by the way. I might do that. It's the exact season I want as well. I think I will need to do that. Nobody snipe me. No stream sniping on this channel, guys. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Bada bing, bada boom. I loved Barco when he was in MLS. I was a big fan. I got an Atlanta United shirt with Barco 8 on the back of it, and I got it from MLS, and see the print on the back of it, because it's like gold and it's like custom for the team and stuff. I'll show you it sometime. Next time I get it out, I'll show you it. And it's buzzing. And then he went to River, and I thought he was going to do really well at River, and he kind of ended up doing well, didn't he? But I thought he was going to like really rip it there, and he did alright at moments. And then when he went to Moscow, I don't know, I just thought it was going to be terrible. And I think by the time, because he wasn't that great at River, I think I'd maybe cashed in on him at some point. But there we go, good to have. Now the reason I want that one is because in this collection also is rookie Mastantuono, and I'd like to have an avenue into that at some point. Is there anyone else? Yeah, there's a rookie keeper that's playing, that's quite cool. Anyone else that's like quality in this? I don't need another excuse to buy a Quattro, do I? If there was a Quattro in this, it would probably be nice, actually. Echeverri, yeah, that's a fun one. Echeverri's in this. Pity Martinez has played a match. We'll check on that later. Mastantuono, there he is. A few other wee rookies there. Subiabre, he's been playing. Yeah, so it's a fun wee collection. If it was rookie Echeverri, it would be OP, wouldn't it, as well? I think that was the season before. Some of these cards are weird. I wonder if he maybe does... Was it Mastantuono? They got 2 rookies back-to-back seasons. Or was it Echeverry? I'm pretty sure one of them got rookie 2 years in a row. Yeah, it's the same picture, isn't it? Oh, it was that year where they only brought them out for like 2 minutes. Yeah, well, that's kind of sucks, doesn't it? That wee mini season kind of takes away from the rookie of him. Okay, well. Palavecino, yeah, that's a good one as well. Didn't even notice him. Good spot. Chalkin Calvez. Been trying to save money for SR27, but keep getting sidetracked. Adriano, I can imagine. We buys like that. I don't mind because they're like long term. Like Barco normally. Like, can we look at him again? The price chart. Like, yeah, it's been kind of around that 40 quid mark for a wee while, hasn't it? But previous to that, even under the new structure, he still wasn't cheap. Yeah, like 70 quid. It was kind of hard to get these cheaper ones, and sometimes they were like years I didn't want, and it was big head cards, you know. So these this actual one that I've got, it's been quite hard to get one of them, I've found anyway, at that sort of price. But yeah, maybe I've missed a few of them. Yeah, a lot of big heads and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's hard to get a nice one. I had a big head originally. I had a big head rare. I think I won a rare as well. I might have had 2 rares and had a super rare. And I'm not sure if I've had any of the river ones before. I think I was a big head only. Sounds weird saying that out loud. Anyway. Right, let's scroll through the chat quickly and let me go and get some requests locked and loaded. We've been babbling gibberish for long enough. Let's see. I'll catch up with what he's been saying as well. Picked up a Messi, nice, and got the collection up to 3% ready for MLS. Robert Perez, love to hear it. That definitely came off of a nerd stream for sure with Harry. I know it has. Hi chat, hi Quinny, good to see you, Frankie. I feel like I ask for a review every time. No, not at all, mate. But would appreciate another. I've got the budget to add one more player to my Prem and Bundes strategies. That's no problem, mate. These things are kind of, it's a moving target, you know. Thomas the Tank, isn't it? Thomas the Tank. Thomas the Frank engine. It's not this one, is it? Or is it this one? I always get confused. I've pressed the wrong button there. C cards. Is it only... Yeah. It's only commons. Yeah. It's not this one, it's the other one. Frank engine. The Frank engine. There it is there. Sorry, man. I was close. I'm getting there. Right, so we've got you up. Nah, I've not touched J League yet. Sorry, CT for all that said. I'm not too sure what to do. The bundles makes it kind of semi-tempting because you could get like a team and 2 purchases essentially. But Yusuf 10, Harun Yusuf, good to see you. I didn't realise you just picked up your membership. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And I seen you're in the list where we'll get your request added on, mate. So thanks for picking up a season ticket. Really appreciate it, mate. Just want an idea of who I'm missing. Would also be good to get your view on when's best to sell the collection before prices drag too much. I would assume something like Game Week 32, but I'm new. No problem. I'm feeling a Sanchez 90, really? Ooh. Porto versus Sporting. Could be tasty on Monday. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Oh, is that Monday as well? Oh, that'll be kind of tough to watch both. And then there's Harun Yusuf there, and you gave me your Sorare name. So let me just... No, it's this chat. I need it from... Where are you? On this chat. There you're there. Boom. I'll do a wee copy and paste on that. So you're second in, buddy. That's good. Notorious, bro. I am a new player. I'm some lost. I don't know how to get common players for free. Can you help me? Yeah. There's videos. So there's a few videos I've got on the channel. If you go onto the channel homepage and look for all the ones that say like free to play and stuff like that, or even search Quinny free to play Sorare, a bunch of them will come up. But on screen, if you're just looking for like site navigation or whatever, you're looking to go to the market and go to packs, and then every day you'll have a 3-pack to open up. Now this is the one for the daily winter sets. If you also click on legacy packs, you'll get to the traditional common ones where you get your common essence, that. And again, I think when you go to the common stuff, it's all, if you're on the home tab and the missions page over here, just to see the regular common stuff in terms of what missions does it collect, or I think they've retired all the missions for that now, haven't they? But in terms of where they are there, and also to see their stuff, you go to the play page, and it's Now the Pro is the normal stuff. Arena is totally separate into its own little category, and then it sets to see all of the winter set stuff for the common mode. This is brand new, this edition, so if you're after like a walkthrough of that video went out on the channel on Monday, I think it was, maybe Tuesday. So if you're after like a full-on explainer, there's a video just brand new off the shelf for you that'll be able to help you. But for site navigation or something, buddy, Notorious99, I hope that helps. Mason Miller, good to see you. Hi Quinny, how are you? Bud, do you have the Canadian midfielder from Porto? I don't. I guess it could be Boss. Yeah, it could be Boss, couldn't he? I think Eustachio is like a really good player, but I'm not sure if guys like that score well in MLS without... His price has just ran up, isn't it? Oh shit, getting him for cheap would have been nice. Oh yeah, getting him for a fiver would have been awesome. His price is kind of popping back down, but 17 quid. Yeah, people are just holding for daft money now because it's in season MLS. Yeah, I think, yeah, guys like this who are like defensive mids, who's got a little bit of forward penetration. Do you know what best case scenario is for this guy? Is he's Paxton Pomykal. And I don't even know if we'll get any scores for Paxton Pomykal on this because of how long he's injured and how regular. But that's the kind of, I think peak Paxton Pomykal is what the best is for Eustachio, really. And again, we've not got enough history for it, but that's the sort of player he is. If you're an MLS guy, that'll rhyme with you. Now, they're not really that similar IRL, but I think SO5 wise, I know Paxton probably takes some more sets and stuff like that. He's been a bit more sensitive to that as well, I think. But yeah, he had more sets to help him out. But it's like this stuff, yeah, he needs to be doing all the defensive stuff, doubles and triples and interceptions and duels. And like final third penetration is not going to be up to much. But can he like slip a winger through for a shot and a cross and stuff like that, create a chance here and there? So I think he'll be cool, but I'm not going to fall head over heels for him. Could be wrong. Maybe that's a mistake on my part. Maybe I'm underestimating the kid. Who's it he went to again? Was it Eustachio? Did you even mention it maybe? No, just MLS. Who was it he went to? Was it San Diego or... Was it kind of? It wasn't a Galaxy or a LAFC, was it? It was like one of these like football club ones more rather than a destination team. Taffner, Duran, Tolich goes to China. Ooh, nice. Leicester hit with 6-point deduction, putting them just out of the relegation zone. Wow, by goal difference, Frico man. Got the finger on the pulse here with the news. Love that. Let's see, I think I've almost about caught up with the chat. Have you seen we have Stuttgart, Rangers, Aberdeen away in the space of a week, Michael? I can't believe they've rescheduled the Aberdeen game to there. I thought that may have been taken up by a cup game if we win at the weekend. I thought that's why it was a 3 week already, because it was a cup spot. So if Aberdeen's been put in there, then that's wild. I wonder when the cups game's going to happen. I've been debating for a week or so about Messi, so today a decent price came up, pulled the trigger. Yeah, when you've been on the fence with something and you see a price, or in my case with that Barco, a price, moderate enough price, and the actual card you want, then it's I'm always fine pulling the trigger on those guys. Eustachio will be very good in MLS, is box to box. Yeah, LAFC. Oh, it was LAFC. Interesting. Somebody else said Galaxy. So he is actually going to. He's going to Hollywood. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. That maybe makes me a bit less confident he'll do well. I don't know. I guess at West, I guess both of these teams have had good players in the past. I don't know. I'm just not mad for it. Haskell, good to see you. Fist bump, my man. And that's what's caught up with the chat. Right, okay, let's start with Frankie. Frankie boy. Where was his request? Right back at the beginning. So we've got budget to add one more player to Prem and Bundes strategies, if you don't mind. And then he went on to say, Prem, this is Kerry coming back, Prem, Bruno, and Bundesliga Olise. Yeah. I don't know about Bruno. Yeah, Bruno's, yeah, maybe I'm being biased on the Bruno. We'll come back to that. But yeah, Kerry's probably nailed Olise in a bow there. But maybe there's more than one way to skin the cat, perhaps. Let's see. Just want an idea of who I'm missing. Would be good to get your view on when's best to sell stuff, like we spoke about before from last week. Yeah, awesome. In terms of like game week 32, there's no like date in the sand. And see, to be honest with you, on that point, Frank, when to sell in-season cards before like the night. You know, like with in-season cards, if you're any ones that you're looking to sell, you're trying to catch a falling knife. Essentially, you're trying to, you know, a falling knife is the expression and the imagery that comes to my mind anyway. You know, and you're trying to just catch it sweet so that you don't get cut. You know, with it or anything like that. So I think like standard protocol should be like right now, if anyone isn't in the team that's in, you know, if you've got your list of guys that are expendable or the to be sold guys or whatever, if you build a team and they're not in it, you're delisted because of the whole lister play mechanism, and then organically a few of them will kind of filter out, and then the ones that are remaining, again, you'll just notice times where I don't really need this guy anymore, or this guy, let's just list them all this week and we'll do without. You know, you'll get to that point. So I would just say organically start just by like, man, you've probably done this with Emery Chan, I suspect, and I think that's the way I would just go for the immediate term. I think after the next big kind of little, I don't know, you catch something at D1, you get a little streak on the go. After the next kind of milestone set, it's probably a good time to just go right from now. We just turn it on, you know, in terms of that prep mode. And yeah, Bruno, it's really hard to argue with him under the new whole, under Carrick and under just not some wacky manager. Yeah, Bruno's going to be really hard to argue with, isn't he? Assists, man. Yeah, Bruno's really hard to argue with. So I would just say that on the terms of the when to shed, just as and when. And if you're kind of at that point already where like it's all of them play, and it's unlikely I'm not going to play them if I'm not going to list them because I'm always going to have them available to play them, then whenever you're thinking it, your logic, so it was like game week 32 you reckoned, always go like, I would say like 3 weeks ahead of that, because that's kind of what everyone else does, you know, is try and get ahead of the crowd in that regard. And there's a lot of chat now about the market being liquid, etc. I'm a believer in, well, you know, make hay while the sun is shining, get going while the going's good, you know. So market's liquid at the moment, prices are good for some cards. And again, if you don't have the extra to just naturally do the housekeeping shedding element, I'd probably just look to try and move some of them on kind of newish for good prices and just be, you know, but within reason, you know, like ones that are like, oh, he's 40 quid or oh, he's this, you know, those ones, just take advantage of the market more than anything to sum it up. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at what you're rocking. Now, I've already seen some of those pieces there, obviously, but let's go into it the way we normally do, by league and by position. We'll go with Bundesliga first, right? Because I think Bundesliga is maybe the one that is got the least really going on in it in terms of this type of situation. In terms of goalkeepers, Neuer's classic, Glacier classic's probably not going to be much of an issue. Where the outfield, all the in seasons are fine. Blaswish has been in for the injured Flecken, so that handcuff is now a good spot to be in. Maybe one to remember for next time when you craft someone like a Flecken. Because again, like, I think when you get, I should probably do this because, oh, do you know what? I didn't even mention this on any of the videos, but see on the road to glory, I was like, oh, I want a star, right? And I'll spoil it for you because do you know what it was? Oh, apologies guys, I've normally got that on Do Not Disturb. It was another Callum Ward. I won Callum Ward, I don't know when, not that long ago. 23 days ago as a tier 1. And then I win him this week as a star. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. I was pretty gutted by that, to be honest with you. So I really should have whoever's on the bench for Motherwell in season now. I've won 2 Callum Awards, so I've not paid for them, you know. And who is their backup keeper? Can't even tell from this bench, by the way. Do you know that? Anyway, that's a story for another day. But Blaswich for a tenner still isn't bad. But he was probably a guy on the bench that was like a quid. So again, maybe some, like Bredlow was a quid. So again, just something to be mindful of. Sorry for sitting on that for a second, but yeah. Let's see, defence: Grimmy, Schlotto, Mittelstadt, all the big ones. Rom, Vuskovic, all the big ones outside of Bayern. You can get Rami in there. Is there another defender? I'm biased on the Lukebas and the Bakus of the league, but they're not. Well, Lukebas maybe. Like Lukeba's like tier 1, isn't he? Some of those guys like Schlotterbeck and all that are clearly like star caliber. But yeah, otherwise it's just any kind of Bayern ones. Bayern defence. I've seen Stanisic is back in training, so he could be one to watch out for. Crafted a Kimmy. We've got a Felix. We've got a Nusa. Manzambi I'm a big fan of, although that L5 kind of stinks, doesn't it? Leonard Kral, who you crafted as well, by the way, that is juicy. I love that. I love that. Grisha Promo and Bangala. Max Arnold. I think this probably started off back of the Geo Connect missions. That's quality, by the way. And Bangula's got a wheat. His L5 isn't great, but there's green in it. Started to fulfill that promise from 3 months ago. All the way back here. Midfield, who's the kind of players we're missing? Baumgartner's been quite popular this year, but I don't think his form currently is that great, which means he's maybe cheap. I think Mazza is a forward card right now, isn't he? We'll get Classic Kane. So yeah, I want to see the Elise market. What are we playing with again? Sorry, Limited. Yeah. Let me have a wee look at the Elise market. Because Elise is going to the World Cup as well. Let's not forget. Like Elise is like the perfect piece in any Bundesliga collection. Especially if you're at limited, you'd be a bit more flexible. I think the mid card could be really good. The problem with the mid is you've got Harry Kane Classic as well. It's just going to be tough to put them together. Or is it? No, it's not. Well, you can play Kimmich, actually. It doesn't really make much difference. Where does it become prohibitive having Luis Diaz? Yeah, I don't think you want Diaz over Kimmich. You certainly don't want him over Kane or Elise. So who would you be sacrificing by having Elise in any given position? I don't think you're really sacrificing anything, by the way. In Bundesliga specifically, I don't think it makes a blind bit of difference. If you're going Kimmich, it's only the difference in the position score. Which is there one? This is the forward scores, and let's look at mid. I don't think it might be glitched, but they don't change one bit. 100 bangers is a lot. There's enough on the market though. I dare say there's room to be negotiated. The end season is the one you want, right? But the thing, like, see for like actual practicality and all the rest of it, you can trade into that Elise at end of season anyway to get him to match in and get the collection score with these guys when he becomes a classic as well. That won't be an issue. And especially at this time of the calendar, again, I wouldn't worry about that. We actually kind of spoke about a similar point with this, Frankie, I think, didn't we? Or maybe not with you, but with somebody else last Thursday. So I wouldn't sweat that element of it too much, because I know that can be tempting. Like, oh, I'll maybe just pay the extra little bit and get the in-season. Cause, what's the price difference anyway? But like the 496, you could probably pull someone down to 90. I dare say if you really sent offers around and you were really trying to be prudent with it. I don't know what you could pull an in-season down to, but it's not going to be quite the same level, is it? So the money saved is just going to go on another card, which will help you win more. And later on, when that card right there is priced the same way as all these other ones, swapping it for a fiver, card swap plus a fiver or something daft like that, will be quite achievable, later on. So, and I know you can kind of get attached to the card when you're using it and stuff, and it's been successful, especially if it's a 3D one and it has something on the back. But again, I think we think economically with it. It's really hard to get away from Elise, and I think if we just have a market glance at Bundesliga in general, not market, let's look at manager sales, limited, and let's just go. I'm not going to do a position filter, we'll just do Bundesliga and just see everything that pops up. Zagadou, who's not got a Zagadou? Aliesh, yeah, I was thinking Mazza, Aliesh earlier, and I kind of stumbled away from that quickly. But yeah, Aliesh is a big piece to have. And again, the price for him in season or classic probably isn't terrible. £9 classic, £30 in season. I think with any money you save on Elise, playing the classic version and all that, you could easily, even the classic Aliesh you could squeeze in. But again, you're stacking up your classics. You've got 2 big classic keepers, but you do have 4, I think, or at least 2 or 3 in-season keepers. So you should have some flexibility to add another classic or 2 into the mix here and there. Diamande, again, he started really hot, had an injury. He's coming back. Well, he's back, isn't he? After AFCON, really? Yeah, he's back. So that's cool. He's a piece to watch for. Amiri's quite fun for the league as well, because he's just a bagsman for Mines. And they've got Conference League football, I'm sure, still to play. Amiri classic again. In season, he's probably not much either, by comparison to some of those other top shelf. But yes, Stanisic could be a wee sneaky one, especially if you're in season, like your Carl and your £8. What does he go to when he starts playing again? Does he play well? I think, yeah, he could easily, couldn't he? Yeah. Very usable. Very usable. Yeah, so I think I would add a Stanisic. That feels like a really good move. Let's have a look. Is he projected to like play or something? I just seen that he's back in the mix, and I think like Bayern have had like no defence for ages. They've been playing all sorts of fullback. Yeah, he's expected to come in. Oh, Alfie's back as well, back in time for World Cup. Musiala was who somebody I'd thought about originally when I seen that post. So we've looked at the... Yeah, Musiala is kind of who you want. But again, you can't get all four of them into a team, you know, anyway, so you're making a decision on either one of them anyway. In-season Musiala, wow. Is that more expensive than an in-season Olise? That's incredible, by the way, isn't it? Classic Musiala. Oh, I'm looking at rare. Ignore me. I'm a tube. Classic Musiala, 25? Wow. In-season? 40. Oh, I really like that. You play Musiala, Kimmich, Kane. I really like that. No, he says like, yeah. Or I think, yeah, the move is probably Musiala, Olise, Kane. In-season Musiala is the thing to get in any case, yeah. In-season Musiala and Stanisic feels like good for you, Frank. And then let's have a wee peek at Prem. What's kind of going on in there? And again, you've not got many forwards in this Bundesliga setup. So, Musiala, oh, in season's a mid. Interesting. I was going to say it would help with the forward thing, but I guess not. Yeah, so... I just found an account that hasn't done anything in 2 years. It's selling their old cards. We are so back. That's brilliant. Yeah, share the name. Share the name. Let's have a wee gander. If there's a wee antique shop opening up. Is there a wee antique shop on the market, Rico, man? A wee antique shop out there. Some of those old cards. Dust them off. Right, let's have a peek at Frankie Boy's Prem stuff and what we're chewing over. Yeah, keeper counts. Becker, Emmy, Vicario, and season classic. And then backups here. Yeah, so we've got 4. I think adding in our in-season keeper in is probably a good time to do that. And then we're talking like a budget guy, you know, like a Dubravka, a Kelleher. I don't know what all the prices are of them. Will we have a wee peek? But I think you could get maybe, you know, if Pickford's cheap enough, he's an absolute no-brainer in season at this point. Pickford at 30 quid is... I like Kelleher at 16 right enough. Pope at 25 appeals. I love Robin Rofs. I can't believe how cheap he is, but his scores recently haven't been all that. Arsenal and Liverpool up next is hard to buy into right now. But again, it's maybe a good time to buy him when he's mad cheap. You know, the next 2 games are scary, so everyone's trying to dump him. But Dubravka at 8 quid is really like, yeah, he can kill you, but again, like I think there's a good opportunity here. Leno, I'm always a good fan of as well. He's a good keeper. That, yeah, Fulham just aren't really clean sheet friendly. But this guy likes his AA. Can save a penalty once in a while. Doesn't mind a tackle or an assist either. Petrovic is a tenner. You know, I mean, even a little clutch of these guys. You know, Petrovic, Leno, and Dubravka. You get the 3 of them for 26 quid. Like I wouldn't even mind. Like, it's kind of beefing. It's kind of like fattening up a bit, but you can maybe just cycle fixtures with those types of guys. Obviously, not necessarily Robin Roths. Again, I didn't really include him there, did I? I do like Pope. Is it he injured or something? Or was it a 0 we got? I was wondering why his graph just kind of died on the last score. But I like Pope. Champions League. They've got Quarabag. Is that who they got? Oh, Newcastle, you jammy buggers. Yeah. I think goalkeeper's definitely something. Just to kind of open it up. Because some of the classic power, like just a wee bit more flexibility with that. In-season defence is really good. Again, as a classic, I'm not sure there's anyone you would really like go out your way to acquire. Yeah, no one really springs to my mind. We'll check the market, see if there's anything we're missing, obviously, but defence is kind of hard to pick for anyway in Prem. Yeah, Dom and Bruno, big cards. Top row's looking good now. Rodri as well, a month ago, good pickup. I wonder what he's priced at now. Do we see that on this page? No. Let's look at this page. What does Rodri go for now? Boom. In season, pardon me, instant buys jumped. The floor's lifted a bit on when you got, so that's decent. Yeah. Under 30's good. Under 30's good. Well, good timing on that, mate. Morgan Rogers in season. Conor Gallagher, nice. Wee bit of January movement for you there. Wee cheeky Matoma on the side as well. And then up front. Yeah, I think like I'd like a Cherky in there. Good mid as well. In season mid. So imagine Cherky goes to the World Cup with France, man. How could he not as well? Playing for City, playing for Pep, you know? Imagine Cherky ripping the World Cup up, man. Oh. Could Cherky bring soccer to America? Enzo's quite nicely, I don't know, 30 quid? Yeah, it feels alright. Cheaper than Rodri is always good. Subimendi 9 quid. Yeah, I don't think these guys are like standouts. Foden's maybe back well priced again. I might look at a rare because kind of needs Foden to have a bit of form like that before you can buy him. Because when he's on it, he's hard to pay the money for. I think, despite his obvious quality and everything, I'm a big Foden fan. Same as Golovin. You can only buy Golovin when he's injured. You can't buy him when he's fit. Josko the Bosco. How long's he out for? Broken leg. I didn't realise it was a leg break. Jesus, man. I totally fell asleep on that. Leg break? I totally missed that. I knew it was a bad one, but I didn't think it was a leg break. Just thinking about a wee injury scoop, you know. I like Botman. I don't think you had one of him. I just genuinely quite like him. Oh, there was injuries to Newcastle defenders, wasn't there? Is like Trippier kind of nailed? Because I think that could be like sneaky, because Trippier takes sets and stuff, obviously, once in a while. Yeah, like Livramento and stuff like that. Yeah, Trippier is like nailed here. Heavy loss. Bruno, blah blah blah. Miley. Gordon went off injured. Botman, small problem before Liverpool game. Holland Willock subbed at half time. Burntier, Ramsey, Tonali have played 390, so maybe a bit fatigued. Newcastle are always in this spot, where guys are just breaking under the pressure. Yeah, Livramento and Kraft and all that. Yeah, Trippier is kind of fun. Yeah, there he's there. 2 quid. Again, I think we're... it's probably kind of typical what to expect from him, but yeah, typically Trippier is like... Trippier can hit it, you know? Newcastle, good clean sheet team. Trippier doesn't give away possession. Very clean player that way. Leader of the team. Doesn't really get booked and stuff. 2 quid feels like a real no-brainer if you've not got him. Yeah. Former Tottenham player as well, so that'll be an easy one for you, surely. But yeah, I think the Bruno one's is a fair shout. 60 quid, I don't even know if there's a budget there for that, considering some of the Bundesliga chat we had. But maybe in-season of him opens up like classic Wirtz and stuff like that. Even in-season Wirtz wouldn't be a bad shout. Wirtz has really came to town. Palmer out of a bit of form now. Joe Pedro coming in a bit of form. There is options here. I think like if you want to completely cover the decks, it's hard to do with the Premier League because you'll always be looking at other players and like, oh, I should have played him and he's injured. Squads are so big, rotation, etc. But I think you've got a lot of good pieces there. I think in terms of forward, yeah, maybe Wirtz is kind of the most exciting one you've not got. That's worth a look because he's really turning into the party now, isn't he? Wow, double the price of Saka. I know Saka's maybe kind of out or something, but Cunha 22 to get him in the same. Because you've got classic Cunha to get him in with classic Bruno would be good. Ekitike is not a bad shout at 25 either. But yeah, mate, I think they're the only ones I would kind of look at for what you've got. Very few and far between. Defence is not, yeah, for like the 4 teams you've got running, like you've got the numbers there, they've got them all covered. It's just about, is there an extra guy to add into the mix, an extra team to add into the fold? You could even do like Trippier Pope, just add in that defensive stack, you know, into your efforts. I think that's a nice wee pair for like 28 quid or something. Like Trippier's 2, Pope's 25. Oh, Rico Man has got 2 Feyenoord defenders thanks to transfers, De Gilles and St. Just. Thanks so much, Quinny. Not listening right now. I'm at work. No problem. My pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your shift. It's called Bramito. Hasn't got much, but sort of placid SR. Oh, that's funny. Let's have a nosy. And then we'll get to Harun Yusuf. No, he doesn't have much. Guess he's keeping those limiteds. Oh, 4-year-old Tommy Muller and Cecilia. Wow. And Depay. Fun little rig he's got here. We hardly knew ye, Cecilia. Number 1 as well, by the way. Traded a Myron Boadu and a Marco Verratti. Not a bad deal, by the way. Not a bad deal. What do you do for the Muller? Oh, a Bellama. Oof. A chunk of change, man. 2.2 ETH. Bellama. 9 ETH for the Bayern stack. From Copter's Apples, GG's to you. It's fun seeing some old transactions like that, that you kind of know some of the people involved in. Copter's Apples. Don't really see him around these days. Good guy. I've met him. And his pal. What was his pal's name again? Oh, nice guys, but nice guys. Canales. Oh. Lacroix, Ekitike, Keylor Navas. Oh, Bramito, you sold your future away there with that one. Oh, you'd definitely rather Ekitike, Canales, Lacroix, and Keylor Navas today, wouldn't you? Over a Cecilia. I now have the lawns front free, Edward, Tovan and Sant Max. When 3 forwards in one team. SR Bar Charlie, you know I was saying that when SO7 came out. We should be able to play triple attack. We should be able to play triple attack. Let me ask you this in a poll, right? If you could play triple attack in SO7, what position, because you need to give away a midfielder or a defender, what position would you sacrifice? I'm going to write that differently in case. Which position would you sacrifice in SO7 for triple forward? One pick. I might have misspelled something there, sorry, I was just kind of smashing it out. Bada bada bee, bada bada bo. Right. Hassan Yusuf. Where are you, my man? Harun Yusuf, I beg your pardon. Hey Quinny, hope you're doing well, brother. Could you help me and take a look at my strategy? I struggle building the right lineup. I have the cards, but I never get them right. Okay, did you say anything after that? Is there a second comment? No, just that one. Okay, no problem, mate. Okay, let's have a peek. What have we got? 34 rares. I'll have a glance at them first. And we'll have a look through those limiteds. So there's a lot in the vault. We've got these guys up for sale. Musiala, man of the moment, we mentioned a moment ago. I guess this is a wee bit like consolidating or something, perhaps. Let's have a look. Limited then. Is it all Bundes? No, we've got a wee bit of Spain. This is all. Is the rest in the vault? Okay. So okay, right. Let's have a peek. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Positions. We've got 5 keepers. All in the Bundesliga. Galatian Season Classic. Sandwich Hands, Blaswich, Nubu Kobo. Nice. Schlotto, Grimmy, Mittelstadt, Leipzig boys. Yeah, cannot argue with that. Who was the other one? Frank had some good Bundesliga defenders. Vuskovic, Rami. Yeah, they were the only ones. Just as a Vuskovic is a fun one, isn't he? Rami's kind of just Schlotterbeck, his pal. You know what I mean? Maybe he's injured. Maybe he played them together. That kind of thing. Kimi, Garcia, Amiri, Berger, Fibas, Stiller, Claude Maurice, Baumgartner. Okay. I think the numbers are a bit thin for the 4 teams, aren't they? But probably just about spread across, don't they? A lot of good firepower here as well. Okay, so we're struggling to build the right teams to win and stuff. Okay, so I think, let me have a wee, I'm probably better looking at some previous game week activity. Previous game week. And let's go back to the weekend. Oh no, that was midweek. Yeah, this is the weekend here, I beg your pardon. Schlotterbeck and Kobo conceding 2 against Heidenheim. Oh, Rom and Kimi together, negative DAs, can give them a real boot in the balls. Sandwich Hands with the decisives. And that's a training team, I suppose, isn't it, at the back? I would say rule number 1 is Olise and Kane stay together. This week it's not really outdone you of anything, but I just think in general, like, you just want them together. End of. I really like your defence being kind of fluid. Like, you could play Schlotterbeck, you could play Rom, Mittelstadt. You know, you've got good options there. Goalkeeper is the same. I would maybe suggest being less hung up on the goalkeeper pairing. I think for this game week, it made more than logical sense. Leipzig at home to a team they could do well against. Dortmund the same, fine. But if Dortmund look like conceding, don't keep Kobo with Schlotterbeck. Play Galassi or whoever's at home or whoever's got a good game. So I wouldn't be married to goalkeeper defence pairings, but I would certainly pair Olise and Kane together. I don't mind other midfielders coming into the equation with them two either, because it is a differential game at limited, where if you play Kimmich, you know, you're up against the tide of who's your captain and where's your XP at, you know. So again, play Aliyesh Garcia, play Amiri, play the Kimmich. Sometimes, you know, maybe it's Stiller. Who was the other mids we were kind of chatting about before as well? Baumgartner, you've got one of him for sale. He's been kind of sucking, hasn't he? Yeah, just the kind of typical kind of Julian Brandts and all the rest of it. Can we go back to manager sales? I like all these cards. I think it is just a matter of combinations, and you know these two sucking against Heidenheim that's a sore one, you know. But I would always keep Kane and Elise together. Now maybe, yeah, I think maybe for that week he might have been dodgy a bit as well. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the opposite because we knew they didn't play midweek. We knew they were going to play together. And again, Grimaldo's in the picture. I've kind of lost him there. She's in a double defence team. I really like that double defence team, by the way, I must admit. Yeah, that team, that double defence team, if you had like Elise midfield in there, that would be insane. Oh, that would be wild, by the way. Rom, Grimmy, Mittelstadt to rotate. Elise mid, Kane up front. That's quite wild. But yeah, even double forward, Elise, Kane, and pick the best defender around. Trying to catch two of those guys peaking is hard, by the way. Even though they both could do it and they both can have the matchups. Actually lining both of them up is easier said than done. You know, so maybe just pick your favourite that way. So in terms of the team construction and stuff, yeah, that's... So honestly, I can't really pick any fault with this. We'll check a different game week as well. We'll go to the weekend before that. See if there's any sort of... anything we can see in retrospect. But yeah, you've maybe... Yeah. Maybe, like, you've done the thing that we all do, and think, like, I should have put Diamande and Elise together. Of course I should have. And then you do it, and then it doesn't work second time. Sadly. Again, like, Galashe and Grimmy, you've done quite well to keep the... Yeah, so you're not always hung up on that necessarily. The Schlotterbeck is with Moritz here. Again, yeah, I think you're... Honestly, you maybe beating yourself up a wee bit. You maybe just need... Yeah, it's just sometimes you do need a wee bit of luck, you know. Like, it's hard. I don't think you've done anything wildly erroneous here, you know. Yeah, I honestly I find it really hard, mate, to say that you've done something terrible here. And I know you've maybe not clutched in with as much wins as you would like, obviously, which is why you're saying this. But a wee rare team as well. That's fun. And a champ set up. Nice effort. Oh, there was no Bundesliga this time, was there? This was a midweek thing or something. That's kind of funny. So yeah, man, I think like maybe it's a little bit of a case as well. The roster's a bit thin, and I don't think. Oh, sugar, that's my cards. We don't want to see them. I don't think we should be shy in that way in terms of like, especially like like Trippier was £2. You know, there's going to be tons of guys like that are just like mad value. It's kind of the only thing you're missing is just those guys that are just like, they make sense this game week. You don't have them, and they make your team come together on these £4. You know, that type of thing, or £8, £2 within reason. Bundesliga maybe it's a wee bit punchier than that. Maybe we're talking about a £10-15 card, but I think you get me. So if I'm looking at your team at the moment, right? Where are we? Let's have a peek at the Bundesliga fixtures for the weekend. And let's imagine what a team 1 looks like. If you've built one already, then brilliant, because this will maybe just confirm or help with something, right? You've also got Kane and Elise. They're going together. They're going to be playing fine, okay? We spoke about Stanisic earlier. Bringing him in, he's like dirt cheap. Bringing him in could be cool. But you've got playing a good defence. It's not as if you really need that necessarily. Thinking about the big hint defenders. Who's at home or who's playing a weakling? Leipzig away to Cologne. Mainz Augsburg's kind of good for Amiri. I don't know if you got Amiri, sorry, I've just forgotten about that for a moment. Stuttgart, St. Pauli. I think it's quite a good game for Mittelstadt. Stuttgart, St. Pauli do give away set pieces and possession. Schlorbeck away to Wolfsburg. I think all the defence options are quite nice. But where the hell's Leverkusen? Oh yeah, away to Gladbach. Let's look at the Bundesliga. I think, who do we want to play? Do I play Hoffenheim? Yeah, St. Pauli is a good bet. Bremen and Wolfsburg, Hamburg, these guys are all decent shouts. Yeah, Stuttgart, Mittelstadt looks the part. Freiburg, Wolfsburg, yeah. So I think, goalkeeper. Where's Cologne? 29 goals and 20. St. Pauli, Heidenheim, Hamburg are the league's low scorers. Hamburg away at Heidenheim. And St. Pauli. Yeah, you're maybe going Nubel Mittelstadt, which is kind of contradictory to what I said a moment ago, which I don't mind because this is kind of the fixture for it. Away from home is good for AA because they will get some shots and some set pieces of their own. Nobody's particularly dominant at home or anything like that. Galatia away to Cologne, I wouldn't be scared about using in any way at all. I don't think Cologne are that ferocious, although their scoring ratio is good enough to think you probably can't walk in expecting a clean sheet, especially with no Lukeba, although maybe he's back. It's 50-50 it looks like at this point. But yes, I think we're probably looking at Blaswich is on a good run as well, by the way. What does Gladbach look like? Yeah, it looks like they're quite strong at the moment. But yeah, probably Nubel Mittelstadt. Olise and Kane up front. And then what mids do we play with? Amiri. Mainz are playing who again? At home to Augsburg. Yeah, that's going to be a big match. Where are Augsburg? Yeah. 22 points, Mainz 18. Really tight at the bottom. Really, really tight at the bottom. Get voting on that poll, by the way, everyone. So yeah, that's I could see Amiri. They're at home as well, aren't they? Yeah, I can see Amiri being very effective. So 5 Ys in this one. So yeah, I'm looking at like Stuttgart defence, Bayern attack, Amiri mid. I'm not too sure it's a better shout for a goalkeeper. I wouldn't touch Kobel. I wouldn't mind Schlotterbeck, but I wouldn't touch Kobel. I quite like Galat. Yeah, maybe I would use Galat. Nubel's fine, but Nubel can be flaky, can't he? Yeah, Nubel's fine. Yeah, I'm probably taking Nubel over Galassi. I wouldn't play Kobel or Sandwich Hands in the top team. I'd go Nubel team 1, Galassi team 2. And then yeah, Mittelstadt team 1, Rom team 2, or maybe both of them could be team 1. Yeah, I quite like Rom. Yeah, they could both be. Mittelstadt and Rom very easily could be team 1. I like Schlotterbeck as well. They're the 3 defenders I'd primarily be thinking about. And then for mid, Amiri's a team 1. And for the second team, I'm not too sure how many mids we'll need. If we need to double check the forwards for a moment, we could go double defence. But Amiri in at mid. I'm maybe going to take classic Diaz over Diamande, but that's actually a really tough decision. Diamande's like, I think, one decisive. Yeah, one decisive 88. And we got double decisive there, but look at this one as well. One decisive 89. That's powerful. This dribbling that he's got and the way he plays. One decisive 80 is wild. You know. And, you know, by the way, Diaz has got a bit of that in him, to be fair. They're playing Hoffenheim. That's going to be high scoring, I would think. First versus third isn't too appealing, though, on paper. And with Leipzig, it's what? 5th versus 10th? Away from home, though. I'm probably going Diaz, team 2, but that's actually kind of a tough one. And I think, do we go double forward then? And go single defence? with Rom. Yeah. So I'll go Rom. Amiri was team 1. Team 2, Kimmich. Oh, no. Kimmich is classic. We went Amiri team 1. Yeah, probably be Aliash then. Aliash, yeah. Let's see. Away in the Bundesliga. There is, earlier in the season and last year, it wasn't great. But just before and since the winter break, away from home, Aliash has been very good. So yeah, Aliash team 2. Rom team 2. Aliash team 2. And then Diaz and Diamande. That's there. I would go team 1, team 2. Marco Friedel's been banging scores out recently for Bremen. Friedel. But yeah, but Aliash, so that's kind of the point I was trying to get to, right? So Aliash Garcia is a good pick, right? As we just seen there, his form, his L5 away from home, and particularly, is actually quite good looking, isn't it? But is he the number 1 mid for Team 2? Yeah. Musiala's 40 quid, so that's a bit much, isn't it? But that's the kind of thing I'm thinking here. I don't think there's any other ones out there on the market, at least anyway, that are like, oh yeah, him. You know, good game, cheap. So I think Aliash Garcia is about the best one there, that way. I really like Brandt at 3 quid. But Brandt is like a 65er, you know. Not a big 90-minute player. Gets decisives, but yeah, he kind of tops out at 75, doesn't he? 3 quid, but good bang for buck. I think Musiala's wild. Really good mid. Would help anyone, I think, in this situation. But yeah, that's the one thing I would consider. Just generally, if you feel like there's, you know, if we looked at this and there was somebody right obvious, like, oh, so-and-so's at home to bottom of the table, that's maybe the only thing I'd be adding into how you're building your teams and how you're maybe just missing out ever so slightly. Arthur Chavez. Wow. He's arrived to the Bundesliga this season, hasn't he? And yes, Stanisic, could you... Yeah, again, it's 8 quid. Maybe that's a bit much for what he is, but Friedel's what we were trying to look at, but I don't even see him. Maybe he's not listed. Friedel. I have a classic Musiala rare. Well, if you want to use that, fair play. Mittelstadt is on a 40% start. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't see that, sorry. Of course. Ah, yeah, that just moves Rom to number 1 for me. Look at the German papers. No, they've got Mittelstadt. They've got Mittelstadt. What does the note say? Draft after the cup game. After the 3-0 win in the cup, the away game at St. Pauli's now coming up. Stuttgart played with the best possible lineup in the cup. I expect more rotation for Saturday. Who was substituted for a minute. Everyone played the full 90. There was also substitutions by these players. Oh, there'll be in our press conference before the game. So far, nothing is known. Interesting. Well, that's what the papers think. Let me get insider. Yeah, I would just go with Rom for safety, but and then you're moving Schlotterbeck up the pecking order. I had him at 3rd, didn't I? Mittelstadt, Rom. Oh, this is Frank's, sorry. Mittelstadt, Rom, Schlotterbeck is where I went, yeah. So I would now go Rom, Schlotterbeck, Grimaldo. Still play Mittelstadt, but if it is dodgy, just Don't want it ruining your teams and stuff, you know. Just put that guy in team 4 and roll with it, you know. He just played a full 90 in the cup. Yeah, fair, good catch. I just had a problem with Kane because he didn't score for my streak 5. Oh, fair enough. I get that, man. Midfielders are the most hit and miss for me. Yeah, midfield feels that way. I had a few comps, by the way, doesn't it? See, why the hell am I tripping out here? Yeah, mids is the funny one. I like the boy Manzambi. I know he's not really doing it right now. Freiburg still have some European commitments, so I don't think he's going to be super usable. He'll be usable, you know what I mean? But I think there'll be a pain in the backside here and there along the way. Did you have a Miri? I'm sure you do. Yeah, you've got a Miri. Stiller, Garcia, Baumgartner. Yeah, we kind of need another Amiri figure, don't we? I do really like Wouterberger, who you've got. I thought that. The Mecha's becoming a bit of a guy. I know the L5 isn't really that great, but his AA is there, you know. And when he catches decisives, if Dortmund are winning, he'll be involved in some stuff. I don't think they've done well in these matches. So Nemeka's a wee sneaky one. I like Brandt, like I mentioned, but he kind of peaks at 75, whereas Nemeka, because of the AA he gathers, even on AA, he can do that kind of thing. But if you can catch a DA, you're really off to the races there. Kind of a team 3 card, though, unless he's on form and stuff like that, then you can maybe move him up the pecking order. But yeah, it's quite a tough... Maybe you just need copies of some guys, really, don't you? But then you're kind of beholden to them a lot more. I really like Mazza as well. I think he's been good. It looks like he's injured, though. Yeah. What does the Leverkusen team look like in midfield then? Sorry. If there's no Mazza. Fernandez. Tillman. Has Tillman been good? Is he a forward card, maybe? £17 midfielder. He's quietly okay, isn't he? Yeah, mid. Tillman's not bad. That's a good team 2 guy. Can be team 1 in the right circumstances. Form and fixture. Tillman, maybe I'll be shout to add into the mix. No love for Willie. Orban, are we chatting? I don't mind Orban. But yeah, like I think you're taking Rom over him. I think you're taking Schlotterbeck over him. And you know, Grimmy. Yeah, Grimmy away from home. He's kind of hit or miss, but he's so DA likely. Just kind of gives you that safety net. With upside. You know. So, yeah, team 4 or something. Double defence with Mittelstadt. You could do that. The price is flying because of the form. I think I missed the hype train. If that's his price flying, yeah, I don't know. If you can't afford it, like if it's not in your budget, I get it. But it's under £20 still. And if it's to win, if it's for your best team, your second team this would be for. So you're looking at coupling it with a Schlotterbeck and your double attack of Diaz and Diamande to get that flying. I don't know, is he much better than Aliash Garcia? Is probably the real way to think about it. Yeah. And it's not really, actually, because they're going in the same fixture. Very similar players, aren't they? So yeah, fair enough. I suppose. If you played for a different team, that would be a bit different, I suppose. But they're in the same team, actually, so they do kind of somewhat, I don't want to say negate each other, but it's not as if you're going to gain a good fixture out of adding him into your roster. I do like Krisha Promo as well, for what it's worth, a quid. But maybe like team 4, team 3, a wee bit more bite. Yuito Suzuki, they've got a good game at the weekend, don't they? Yeah, Bremen aren't doing too hot. Bremen, yeah, they scored 22 and 20, conceded 38 over that time, only won 4 games this season. And where am I? Freiburg are at home. So let's look away from home. Bremen won 1 time, scored 10 out of 10, conceded 20 out of 10. And at home, Freiburg conceded 11 and 9, which is very formidable. Not quite up there with the top podium positions in the league. Only lost once at home. Scored 18 and 9. Yuito Suzuki at £2. That might be the guy we were looking for earlier. Not super flying, I guess. Maybe this is like, yeah, like team 3. Maybe you could put him in team 2. Maybe if you're playing fixture over like name. Yuito Suzuki over Aliesh Garcia, but Aliesh could still, he's on good form. He's got the meta. It's hard to pick a guy that looks like that over him, isn't it? But yeah, team 3 would make a big difference, perhaps. Rangers going to spend 25 mil on Mikey Moore in the summer. Interesting. The only reason oh yeah, sorry, I read that. But yeah, I think that's I think your Bundesliga gallery is really good, mate. I think I can see when you say you're struggling midfield. I think when I see Stiller is like prominent in a lot of galleries, like I just kind of feel that he's good in that. But again, like I don't know how you can really pick him above team 2. He's quite flaky, you know. Baumgartner looked great earlier this year. I'd probably hang on to him, to be honest, because he's a DA guy. You're not looking for him to have AA, you know. So if Leipzig if he's not playing, I don't think you can use him. But see if he's in the team, he goes into the box. He's like a penalty box guy. Also, he's a midfielder, does other stuff. But I'd probably just hang on to Baumgartner. I don't think, unless you've got plans for it, I don't think the £7's really worth it, to be honest. I'd keep that. Manzambi might have to return to the gallery. Is he in the vault? You can look at your vault, yep. Says you've got a lot of cards. Oh yeah. Anyone else? All I do is party all the time, party all the time. No one's told me if the intro was good. Reject. Don't want your Samu and co. I want my Samu. Sorry, pal. Not today, guy. Need to get Darlow out the vault, SR Dime Bar. I've not looked at my vault for a while. Will we dust off the shelves? Has anyone been playing? All I do is party all the time. Turientes? Another Iwata. I've got more forests. I keep forgetting about them. Yeah, Nidi's playing. I don't need to worry about him, do. Oh, Kyogos, of course. I do kind of think that sometimes when I'm building, I'm like, where the hell are all my Kyogos? But it's not as if I'd be using them anyway, but they're in the vault. Of course they are. No problem. Harun Yusuf. Better shirt on the other Samu. I knew there was an Alaves reference going to come from that. Rico man. Never missing a trick. Oh yeah, caramba. Yeah, that Barco was kind of fun. Do I have an All-Star D1 for the weekend? That's what I'm beginning to think. All-Star. No. I think someone can save me from relegation right at the end, so I might just leave that for later. I'm going to go and build the rest of my unlimited challengers, and it'll probably be at us if there's no more requests and stuff coming in. I have 2 gold and 2 Puig in the vault. They'll stay out for a long time. Do you think so? I thought gold was kind of back. Why are you saying that about gold? What's happened? I thought gold kind of came back at the end. Yeah. What's the deal with gold? You're freaking me out, man. You're freaking me out, man. So 2D2s, nice. These teams can still be half decent. Oh, I've ran out of goalkeepers. Okay. We ran out with rare, didn't we? But yeah, this is D1. I'm definitely playing this in D1. It's a good team. Need these guys into D1. Yeah, man, I'm kind of tempted to. Maybe even just play the best team in that D1. That's maybe the strategy, really. Are you spending on NYCFC again? If they're cheap, yes, I will. I will buy them if they're cheap. Yeah, if they're cheap, I'll buy a few. I'll buy a few if they're cheap. It's called a problem for a reason, you know. NYC. I don't know, man, really. Like, I was much more looking forward to like a classic MLS mode or something. That's not really coming. I can maybe just play All-Star and hustle it a bit. But I don't want to hustle into random MLS. I'd only want to hustle into New York. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will just stay classic only and try and smash All-Star with stuff. I don't know. Have they even made any nice signings? No, not really. They meant to sign that Silla, but it fell through. Yeah, no, maybe not. Actually, by the way, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Looking at J League, I don't think anything will be cheap. Yeah, fair enough. MLS have got a lot more traffic on it, but and then there's a lot more potential for things to be overlooked. I feel in MLS, there's always team stacks that get overlooked every year. You know, like Phillies and stuff like that, and Orlando's, and even Houston for a bit, which is crazy. Salt Lake, the list goes on. There's always ones that go under the radar. So you guys are saying if you were to go triple forward, the majority of you would want to sacrifice a defender to be proper gung-ho then. Single D, triple F. We'll end that poll there. Great poll, guys. Thanks for everyone who got involved in that. Plus the bundles make it more expensive as well. Robert Perez, great point. Great point. Houston again, Rico, man. I'm going to ask you again. One more poll before I go, right? Where are you playing your best team? When does Spartak come back? I'm now wondering. Excuse me. But yeah, for anyone that's kind of new around here, I've got 4 New York collections here. I've not got all of them. They've got big head cards, which I didn't bother with, but I got this first collection and I got all of them. As many, I think I'm missing like 3 that are not jersey mints, that have jersey mints that exist. A few of them don't have them that exist. But I managed to get the whole team. This was the year that NYC won MLS Cup, or the MLS for the first time. So a kind of legendary squad for me in their short history. And then the following season, some guys didn't get cards who I really wanted, like James Sands, Gabby Perea, and Pellegrini played a big part in the title kind of run, and he played like off the bench and stuff quite a bit if I remember correctly. So I just wanted this collection to fill in the gaps, and then Ilinic rookie, Carrizo rookie, Ledesma's cool, Kufri's been fine. It's a random guy for utility. But then the season after that, I ended up like, do you know, I actually got a lot of these guys really cheap. I don't think I paid much for much of this. There's not even much here, if we're being honest about it. Again, it was just adding in the guys I didn't have already, like Alonso Martinez, Bakrar, Ojeda, Fernandez, Wolf. As you can see, I've not got doubles of like Thiago Martins and Keaton Parks and Hack and all that. The only doubles I've done is the goalkeepers the whole way through this. And then again, I added in some more rookies. Some have been vaulted, some haven't. But last year was the first time I went back after a full team, so I do have doublers now. I've actually got 2 freezes from this year, which is kind of nice. Overspent on the one of, which we don't have a bloody picture for, so it's going to remain in the packet forever, which is a bit of a joke, you know. Sorare need to give us Matt Freeze pictures before they do the new season. Man, it is a joke. Like I find it highly offensive. It's the only way I can put it. But yeah, I ended up, this whole team was cheap. The whole team was cheap, except for Freeze. Everyone else I paid very little for individually. I think Alonso Martinez was like 50, 60 quid, but I had there was tons of market credits going around as well, so tons of these guys were like 50% off and stuff. So this was really cheap. Didn't need to do much to pay itself back. And if they're that kind of cheap again, I'll probably do it. But they would need to be mad cheap. So I got all these guys like really early in the season. If I remember who I got early again. Who did I get early? 16. I'll probably be able to tell from the numbers. But yeah, I did wait for some of them to drop. 18, 10 for Keaton Parks, 26 for Martinez. Wolf number 3, I got Wolf early, didn't I? Because it was a forward rather than a mid. I paid 44 quid for that. He's definitely in the top 3 most expensive cards in the collection. Julian Fernandez. Again, I used him quite a lot last season. I got him dead early, I think. 24 quid. Yeah, I mean, if it's stuff like that, I'll buy a 5. I'll end up with 10. I'll end up with the team, you know. Justin Hack, number 9. I think I got this quite early in the season as well. 11 quid. Yeah, like secondary market, who cares, you know. So yeah, and then a few of these guys like Raul Gustavo and Nicholas Martin, Fernandez Markel came in dead late. Dead late. I got like one of the first ones, got mad cheap. 7 quid. Didn't have much in-season utility, so I'm really happy with that. But he did well, obviously. Nice signing. Trying to think of who else. And then I got some of these older edition cards. I'd like this whole... That's one thing I did say to myself when the season ended, is I was going to trade this whole collection into that version of the card, but I don't know if I can be fucked, to be honest. Because it'll cost money. It'll take time. Bad decisions will be made as a result of it. And some of them didn't get them anyway. So it's not going to be a complete page of them. If I could get a complete page of them, I would probably talk myself into it eventually. But I don't mind some of the ones I've got. Maxie's cool, Johnny Shore. Bakrar and Risa, it was the only way I could buy them when they were leaving New York to play in season in another region. Was okay, if it's the fun version, then I don't mind it. But yeah, if it's that type of cheap. Again, Tavon Gray, I think I got him quite early. 19 quid. Played, I know he got injured once or twice, but basically played all the time. And then his handcuff, 8 quid. So I've got both the right backs there for like 20 quid. And that was the kind of strategy I built it with, I think, you know, in the first place. I think he went dead cheap as well at the beginning. Thiago Martins, 11 quid. Somebody bought him early access for 18, and then obviously it's been traded around and stuff, but peaked at 70 quid for some stupid reason. 30 quid he kind of got to when he was playing and stuff. So again, like, Yeah, if I can get a stack for like 50 quid, 60 quid, I'll be after it. I don't get how Sorare don't release cards of players. Yeah. Honestly, man, like the Matt Freeze one, I don't know if I think we're talking about the same thing. I'm going Vancouver and LAFC, says Jalkin Calvez. That sounds like a deadly duo. Muller and Son. Love that. Just been happy you got the card. I'm still waiting on the Magdeburg striker to get a card. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. But he's been at NYC for how long, man? I've got the number 1. I don't think it even registers as everything. This doesn't even register as a jersey mint card. Not that I need it for anything, but because they don't assign the jersey number to early access. Again, obviously I don't need it, but I'm still annoyed at that. For sure. Even Thomas Romero, you can't open him either, can you? Yeah, backup keeper. The only thing they sent any of the goalkeeper pictures, eh? And then this Nick Calvo guy, I wanted him to be a rookie, but he's not opening either. He was a wee backup right back. He came in for like a game or two, or maybe more than that actually. So yeah, anyway, wee bit of a side chat. Thanks for everyone that's hung out today. Really appreciate it from all the members. We've got a member giveaway. So a video went out live for the members yesterday, and it's out live now for everyone else. But I crafted some cards. I crafted the limited. They're quite a nice one. I'll show you what it is. We spoiler on the limited one. Because it's an old faithful cult hero. Arnau Martinez is what we crafted. So we'll give that away to one of the channel members. But you need to leave a comment on that video that went out yesterday. And I can tell you if you remember because of the little icons you've got next to your names. And I'll pull one of these out. And probably for the deadline show tomorrow, try and get that out rapid. Just so it's, again, off my plate and in one of your galleries. And Johnny Kenny's Red X, they'll probably try and throw that to the wolves as well, since it won't be any use to me. But yeah, awesome guys, thanks to everyone that tuned in. Thanks for all the members for all their support. We've still got one to catch up on now that January window's closed. We've got European stuff drawn out. It's a really good time to do it. Really sorry I didn't get it done this week, but we'll get it done post haste, rapid. And we'll have maybe a bit of a transfer session or something. Maybe we'll go through some players specifically. Obviously, we were chatting a wee bit about John Duran earlier today. That's kind of a moving one. And N'Golo Kante as well in the series. But we'll maybe have a wee bit of a wider look. We normally do that on the channel. I did a bit of transfer window stuff with the Celtic channel. But normally on this channel, we used to go through all the transfers that had happened in the window and just try and really spot out some diamonds in the rough. So yeah, we'll maybe do one of those streams as well in tandem with some members action. The majority of you are saying play the best team in D2 Rare. Noted. Okay. We'll keep with the strat we've got. None of the sporting transfers have been given new cards either, but Porto and Benfica did. Yeah, maybe they've got something against green and white teams over at Sorare, eh? Or no, actually New York City's what we're talking about, not Celtic. Yeah. I've been waiting to chin them for a few early access cards I've still got this season. But I thought I'll wait till after the January window. Like Ian Acho and stuff like that. There's a few Celtic ones, and also we've signed some new guys. But yeah, I'll wait for Oxlade-Chamberlain and then try and get that squeezed in. Edition. Early access. Yeah, so in Vuka, I want his picture. Araujo, want his picture. Asprilla, Musaba, Colby Donovan, Sudakov, Stubom, Iheanacho, Freeze, like we mentioned. Kind of it, really. But yeah, got a few I still need to get. Just seen I've still got that Diego Carlos, by the way. This Fenerbahce collection this season, by the way, is pretty wild. We got Kante in yet? If maybe Guendouzi will finally be cheap. There's that guy listed again, 45 quid, but Dan Foley. I really want it. Do you know that? I do really want it. But do I spend 45 quid on it? Where's my cards? What does the Callum Ward go for? Quite a bit, by the way. Can I bot him? Let's see what the bot will give us. Sasha Boy. Ah, if I could turn him into Sasha Boy and that Zouch guy, that'd be good. Let's see what the bot says. Let's see what Basil's doing as well. An egg. Basil and egg. Egg. Let's see what they come back with. And yeah, let's have a wee peek at Sasha. Oh, spelled it wrong. Yeah, not bad. I know. We were chatting about it in the chat. Jalkin Calvez, I thought you were maybe in on that chat when you said that there. Basil has rejected your offer. Doesn't want Callum Ward. Doesn't take Scottish keepers, Basil. He's been hanging out with Laird too much. Party all the time. I don't mean that Halloween one, that's not too bad actually, is it? I just think the Bayern kit this year, they had M. Or is it maybe Alps or something, I don't know. The bots are being a wee bit slow today. Bots have been a wee bit slow today. This will be the last little thing I do with you guys, and then I'll let you get on with your evening. And I'll catch up with you. What the hell is this? Not spam. Is that what the hell's that number? Oh, there's Antonio now. Got a wee notification. Right, let's see. Antonio counter offer 39. Doesn't feel good, does it? Absolutely smashing it, man, isn't he? He's absolutely smashing it this year. No, it's like Zach, isn't it? Yeah, Zach. Yeah, 30 quid. Dan Foley. See, when I see it's like a, you know, English sounding name, I always just assume that guy knows I want it. He's heard me on a video, now he's listed it. Yeah, if I could bought Callum Ward for enough to get both of them, it's not really going to happen, but because this guy's killed the floor on me. If this guy wasn't here and it was like firmly like an £85 floor, bots might have been a bit kinder to me. Egg swap bot we've not heard back from yet, he might be alright. Is there anyone else we can try for a quick bot? Quick pug. Quick wee pug. It's only one card, maybe pug will... And then do I have any available guys left? Yeah, I've got 2. El Caroni. Oh, he's not went anywhere, has he? And then Kante's not available. Oh, that's good. Oh, I forgot about El Caroni. I'm going to send that to Pug. I'm going to send that back to Santonio. I forgot about that. Santonio. Again, if there's an bot I should be trying, guys, I've forgotten about, feel free to refresh my memory. But I forgot about El Caroni. El Caroni. Ward. For Dembele. Let's try that. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Okay, let's see where this takes us for a wee minute. Maybe have a wee bit of DJ in action. Pug's normally good for a good deal, or a fair deal I should say. I hope he comes back in good time. If he doesn't, I'll just maybe need to pick up with this later on. But I thought let's hang about for a wee bit on this and see if we can get a wee bit of DJing in on the go to finish off. So glad El Caroni didn't actually leave. Yeah, I might not hang about too much longer for this if the bots aren't free flying. Yeah. Awesome, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for the deadline show. Thanks again to all the members. Thanks to everyone that's hung about with me today. Wish me luck. Maybe we'll have a wee bit of DJing to report on for the deadline show tomorrow. And yeah, thanks again, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.